2020 Ducati V4 916. A little bit about this bike. It's pretty much a V4S, which is known for its suspension, mixed with a little bit of Ducati V4R. Don't mind that license plate fell off. What makes it mixed in with the V4R is because of its dry clutch. Pretty cool feature. I'm gonna give you guys a cold start in a second. I pretty much got it back in May of 2025, which is earlier this year in the springtime. Little gift to myself. I always wanted a V4, first gen V4. I don't know. Don't really care for the. I don't really care for the second gen V4s, only because it's a very beautiful bike. But I've always wanted a single-sided swing arm. My first Ducati was a 959, which is pretty much my first super bike. Sold that back in 2021. So, it's my little hard-working gift to myself. What makes this kind of cool is that, I don't know if you guys can see, get a little light in there. It is a limited edition. Oh, I forgot I got zoom on here. 137 to 500. Got this from Chicago Motor Cars. Still waiting to hear back from those guys. Haven't received my certificate yet, which is, certifying, of it being a number bike. I know this might be something minor, but, it's almost like having a birth certificate with the bike, being that it's 137 or 500 of these in the world. Got it at 0 miles in May. I'm currently at, let's see, I'm at about 2,500. So, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to baby this next year. I spent a lot of time riding it. I know, I take that back. Last time I had a motorcycle with the Ducati was back in 2020, 2021. Pretty much had it for a full year. Bought it at 5,000 miles. Sold it with about 10,000 miles. I actually didn't have a kid, so I was out, every day on that bike, as if I didn't have a job. I had Prolific Pioneers at the time, my business. But now with this one this year, I actually did pretty good. Rode it about once or twice a week. Matter of fact, I actually flooded my Jeep Gladiator at the beginning of this year. Once I flooded that, I kind of, it took me about a month just to get it back up and running and stuff too. So honestly, I was relying on this every day, and luckily I had a lot of days with no rain, so it was pretty much good. It was kind of hurting me a little bit because two things happened. It's kind of put a bit of a miles up on the bike, and not to mention I had my first Ducati repair, which was for the clutch basket. And if you have a Ducati, you already know with a dry clutch, that those guys aren't easy and cheap to replace. What's so bad about it that it happened back in August. The repair needed to be done in August. So a little fun fact, this is allegedly, but they say that Ducati in Italy, which where the parts come from, they don't work at all during the month of August. So I pretty much had to wait about a month and a half to get my bike back. So, it is what it is. I was kind of disappointed. At that point, I was just taking Ubers because I then did not have a motorcycle, nor did I have a car. So, and this kind of sucks when you have a kid. So, Yeah, let's go ahead and hit a cold start. Last time I drove this was, sheesh, I think it's 2 weeks ago. Yep, 2 weeks ago when I took it to Motor Cars of Chicago, Cars and Coffee. Beautiful, beautiful Ducati. um, One of my favorite features too that I missed out on was I like the amount of carbon from the factory that's on here. This is carbon. This is carbon. Oh, the clutch cover is carbon. What else? I feel like I'm missing a few things. Oh, this whole thing is carbon. I really like the color scheme of the wheels, the bronze. However, I just don't like the design of them. Buddy of mine, he has a V4 and he has the 5-spoke full carbon wheels. I would love to get it, but I was like, would I be taken away from, from the aesthetic of, the factory of the bike and all that stuff too. Wasn't looking to do a lot of upgrades. I do want to do the dual pipe undertail acrylic exhaust. Hoping to get that name right, but the titanium is cool. Not to mention this exhaust only comes with the SP variants, the 916 and a few other ones, but it doesn't come with the standard V4 or the V4S or the V4R, but yeah, I love this thing. Thought about selling it, because I'm like, once I realized and learned about this bike. Oh, matter of fact, let me go ahead and backtrack. So, back in May when I purchased this, all I wanted was the first gen V4. I didn't care. No, I actually did care. I did only want a V4R. I didn't really know much about the V4 standards and stuff too. I didn't learn that the V4s is not good street bikes. It's just strictly a bike that you should only ride on a track. However, I know I didn't want a V4S. My main thing was I really wanted those winglets and stuff. So then in back in May, it really, like, even 250 miles out from where I'm located at, it still didn't have anything for sale. So I then got notified that they had the 916 available, and I'm like, oh, what the hell is that? And then as I'm looking close at the pictures, I'm like, okay, it's a V4R. I'm like, oh, dry clutch. I always wanted a dry clutch, and I'm like, oh, it looks different. And once they told me that it was a limited production numbered bike, 137 out of 500. I'm like, I think I can get a good return on my investment with this one. I mean, honestly, I actually fully stand out a lot when I'm at the car shows, and I stand out from the regular V4s, because I mean, it's all those is just red. But I kind of had to withdraw once I learned that they made the 916 SP2s, which is the 30th anniversario. This is the 25th anniversario. The 30th anniversario is kind of pretty much built. First of all, it's a lot beefier. It has the 2020 to 2024 fairings with the winglets. It still has the 1091. Correct me if I'm wrong with that. Comment in the comments the correct placement of the engine, but it doesn't have the one that the Superleggera has, and it doesn't have the one that the V4R has, in which I think that motor is a 998. But yeah, that one has the same exact motor. It's just different fairings. Still has a dry clutch. Has a 916 going across. Has some deep shark gills. It just looks badass. But I'm like, hey, how about you just keep this and then get the 30th anniversary 916, and boom, you got the best of both worlds. I think that'd be badass. The start of my bike collection. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I am going to be doing more content with the bike and the Jeep Wrangler 392. Right now we in Chicago. It's October now, or ending of October, so weather is kind of cold, so bike season is officially over with. However, though, it's never over with when you go to a different city like Dallas, California, and just kind of check out the other bike cultures over there. So definitely going to be getting to it and checking all that stuff out. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, check out my personal page, Huey_PEE. That's HUEY_PEE, for more bike and car content on there. And I also post my home improvement business on there as well too. And talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.